Hello everyone, welcome Lead School at Home. We have started second chapter in history, that is nationalism in India. We have seen in that the First World War, Khilafat movement and non-cooperation movement. Then we have seen about the Rowlatt Act. Then we have seen about why non-cooperation movement. Then after that we have seen about the differing strands within the movement, means the movement in towns and rebellion in the countryside. Then we have seen about Swaraj in plantation workers. These parts we have seen. Now we will see. Yesterday I have given 4 questions for homework. Let's check the answers of these questions. First one is, Gandhiji decided to launch a nationwide satyagraha against the proposed Rowlatt Act of 1990 because of the following reasons. First one reason is, in 1990, Rowlatt Act was hurriedly passed by the Imperial Legislative Council. Second point, Indian members unitedly opposed it. Third one, the act gave the government enormous power to repress political activities and allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. Then detention means restriction. Then the act deprived the Indians of their civil rights. Deprived means take away possession from someone. Yesterday I have told this meaning also. It was organized in the following way. First one, Gandhiji wanted a non-violent civil disobedience against such injustice laws. Second one, it started with Hartal on 6th April 1990. Then rallies were organized in various cities in India. Workers in the railway workshop went on strike. And last one point is, shops were closed down in the protest. Now these points I hope in your answers are also. Now second question's answer, just I am discussing the answer, just you check whether you have written or not. If any point miss from you, please pause the video and write down the answer. Now second answer, Mahatma Gandhi decided to call off the civil disobedience movement because of the following reasons. First one, the British got worried by the developments of civil disobedience movement and started the arrest of various top Congress leaders. Second one, this led to violent clashes in many parts of the country. The next point, when Abdul Ghaffar Khan was arrested from Peshawar, anger crowd demonstrated in the street facing armed cars. Armed means steel covering of the body, and police firing, many were killed. Next point 4. The arrest of Mahatma Gandhiji led to the attacks on police force, municipal buildings and law courts by industrial workers in Sholapur. Next, fifth one, colonial government got frightened and responded with the policy of brutal repression. Brutal means in vicious manner, and repression means repressing or being repressed. Then the last point, at many places satyagrahis were attacked, women and children were beaten, and about 1 lakh people were arrested. It was under these circumstances Gandhiji called off the civil disobedience movement. These are the points in second answer. Now we will discuss about the third question. The answer of the third question is in this way. The non-cooperation movement started in December 1920. People from various social groups participated in the movement. Next, and we will see the next first point in this answer, and the first point is in this way. The movement started with the participation of middle class in the cities. Thousands of students left the government controlled school and colleges. Teachers resigned and lawyers gave up their practices. It was to be a non-violent movement. Next, in Oudh, peasants' movement started against talukadars and landlords who demanded high rents and other cesses from peasants. Cesses mean to stop. In the Gudem Hills of Andhra Pradesh, a militant guerrilla movement started in the early 1920. It was started against the colonial government, which had closed large forest gates, preventing people from entering the forest to graze their cattle or to collect firewood and fruits. Next point. For plantation workers in Assam, freedom meant the right to move freely in and out of their confined place, which was not permitted under the Inland Immigration Act of 1859. Next point. In many places, Nai Dhobi bands were organized to deprive landlords of the services of barbers and washermen. Now, the last question's answer. Non-cooperation movement began in December 1920. It spread to the countryside in the following way. First one, in Oudh, peasants were led by Baba Ramchandra. Here, the movement was against talukadars who charged high rents and peasants had to do beggar. Next point, the peasant movement demanded reduction of revenue and abolition of beggar. By the end of 1920, Jawaharlal Nehru, Baba Ramchandra and others had formed Oudh Kisan Sabha. So after the beginning of the non-cooperation movement, Congress wanted to integrate the Oudh peasants' struggle into a wider struggle. Next, tribal peasants interrupted the message of Gandhiji and idea of Swaraj in their own way. In Gudem Hills in Andhra Pradesh, a militant guerrilla movement was organized against colonial oppression under the leadership of Aluri Sitaram Raju. He was inspired by the non-cooperation movement. Next point, the Gudem rebels attacked police stations, attempted to kill British officials and carried on guerrilla warfare for achieving Swaraj. And the last point is, the movement also spread among the plantation workers in Assam. They were not permitted to leave the tea gardens without permission. These are the answers of yesterday's questions. Now we will start today's new points in this lesson, that is third point, and the third point is in this way: towards civil disobedience. Now see carefully. In February 1922, Mahatma Gandhi decided to withdraw the non-cooperation movement. Means Gandhiji decided that he withdraw the non-cooperation movement when in the year 1920 Feb. He felt the movement was turning violent in many places and satyagrahis needed to be properly trained before they would be ready for mass struggles. And the reason is this, that the movement was turning violent in many places and satyagrahis did not have any training, so they are facing a lot of problems. So before that they have to be trained, so they would be ready for mass struggles. Next, within the Congress, some leaders were by now tired of mass struggles and wanted to participate in elections to the provisional councils that had been set up by the government of India. Then, within the Congress, some leaders were now tired of mass struggles and wanted to participate in elections to be provisional council that he had set up by the government of India Act of 1990. They felt that it was important to oppose British policies within the council, argue for reform, and also demonstrate that these councils were not truly democratic. Means, if they want to oppose British policies, they have to be in the council. Then next, C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed the Swaraj Party within the Congress to argue for a return to council politics. Then C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed the Swaraj Party. The question will be asked in your board examination for 1 mark, means in very short answer. Who formed Swaraj Party? The answer is C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru formed Swaraj Party. Then, but younger leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose praised for more radical mass agitation and for full independence. But younger leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they praised for full independence. Agitation means, yesterday I have told you that agitation means annexity. Next, in such a situation for internal debate and decision, two factors again shaped Indian politics towards the late 1920s. Then, in this situation, some internal debates and decision, two factors are shaped in the year 1920. The first was the effect of the worldwide economic depression. Agriculture prices began to fall from 1926 and collapsed after 1930. And first one is that economic depression, in that agriculture prices fall in the year 1926 and it collapsed after 1930 as the demand for agriculture goods fell and exports declined. Peasants found it difficult to sell their harvest and pay their revenue. And as the demand for agriculture goods fell and exports declined, peasants found that it is difficult to harvest and to pay their revenue to Britishers. By 1930, the countryside was in turmoil. Turmoil means confusion, means countryside where confusion was there in the minds of peasants. Now, next paragraph. Against the background, the new Troy government in Britain constituted, means established, a statutory commission under Sir John Simon, means under Sir John Simon. One commission has formed, that is a statutory commission set up in response to the nationalist movement. The commission was to look into the functioning of the constitutional system in India and suggest changes. And then John Simon set up in response to the nationalist movement. The commission was to look into functioning of the constitutional system in India and suggest some changes. The problem was that the commission did not have a single Indian members. but in that Simon Commission there were no Indian members. They were all British. Means in Simon Commission only British were there. Next paragraph. When the Simon Commission arrived in India in 1928, it was greeted, greeted means to welcome, with the slogan that is "Go back, Simon." All parties, including the Congress and the Muslim League, participated in the demonstrations. Means in Go Back Simon, all Hindu and Muslim are participated in the demonstration in an effort to win them over. The Viceroy Lord Irwin announced in October 1929 a vague means not clear vague offer of dominion means lordship status for India in an unspecified future, and a round table conference to discuss a future constitution. And in the effort to win them over, the Viceroy Lord Irwin announced in December 29 that a vague offer of dominion status for India in an unspecified future, and a round table conference to discuss about the future constitution. This did not satisfy the Congress leaders, but in this discussion, Congress leaders were not satisfied. The radical within the Congress, led by, now we will go on next page. While moving towards next page, first here one paragraph has given Lala Lajpat Rai was assaulted by the British police during a peaceful demonstration against the Simon Commission. Means British police arrested to Lala Lajpat Rai. He succumbed to injuries that were inflicted on him during the demonstration. And one picture has given. This is the figure number 2, meeting of Congress leaders at Allahabad in the year 1931. Apart from Mahatma Gandhi ji, you see Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, extremely left of Mahatma Gandhi, and Jawaharlal Nehru, extremely right of Mahatma Gandhi, and Subhash Chandra Bose means fifth from right, means from here. Now we will move towards the next page. Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose became more assertive. Assertive means aggressive. Who become aggressive? Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose. Those were young leaders on that time. The liberals and the liberal and moderates. Liberal means meaning of liberal is generous, and moderates means not extreme. Who were means two groups were there that time, that is one is liberals and second one is moderates, who were proposing a constitutional system within the framework of British dominion, gradually lost their influence. Means two groups were there who were proposing a constitutional system within the framework of British dominion. Dominion means already I have told you that that is a lordship, gradually lost their influence. Influence means impact. In December 1929, under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, the Lahore Congress formalized the demand of Purna Swaraj, or full independence for India. Means in December 29, under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, the Lahore Congress means committee is from Lahore. Congress formalized the demand for Purna Swaraj. It was declared that 26 January 1930 would be celebrated as the Independence Day, when people were to take pledge to struggle for a complete independence. But the celebration attracted very little attention, means we have not got that time the freedom. So Mahatma Gandhi had to find a way to relate this abstract idea of freedom to more concrete issue of everyday life. Now we will move towards the next point. Next point is 3.1, the Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement. Mahatma Gandhi found in salt a powerful symbol that could unite the nation. Means Mahatma Gandhi found that the salt has a powerful symbol and it could be unite the nation. On 31st January 1930, he sent a letter to Viceroy Irvin stating 11 demands. Some of these were of general interest, others were specific demands of different classes from industrialists to peasants. Means some demands from common people, some demand from specific classes, and some demand from industrialist to peasant. The idea was to make the demand wide ranging so that all classes within Indian society could identify with them, and everyone could be brought together in a united campaign. Means everyone will come together in that campaign. The most stirring means exciting the emotion. Stirring of all was to demand to abolish the salt tax. Means they abolish taxation on salt. Salt was something consumed by the rich and the poor alike, and it was one of the most essential atom of food. Means in food, poor and rich also used salt. The tax on salt and the government monopoly over its production, Mahatma Gandhi declared, revealed the most oppressive phase of British rule. Now, reveal mean to show, means Mahatma Gandhi declared that uh, to show the most oppressive phase of British rule. Mahatma Gandhi's letter was in a way an ultimate. If the demands were not fulfilled by 11 March, the letter stated the Congress would launch a civil disobedience campaign. Means if the demand will not fulfill, then the Congress could launch a civil disobedience campaign. Irvin was unwilling to negotiate. Now, negotiate means to confer with a view to reaching an agreement. So, Mahatma Gandhi started his famous Salt March accompanied by 78 of his trusted volunteers. Means Mahatma Gandhi and his accompanied near about 78, they started a march. Now, accompanied meaning is the used with something else. The march was over 24 miles from Gandhiji's ashram in Sabarmati to the Gujarati coastal town of Dandi. This is a very important paragraph for 1 mark question and also for a long question. Next, The volunteers walked for 24 days, about 10 miles a day. Thousands came to hear Mahatma Gandhi wherever he stopped, means during their journey, wherever they stopped, other participated, joined that march. Stopped and he told them what he meant by Swaraj and urged them to peacefully defy the British. Urged means I have told that yesterday, to drive or force onward, and defy means to challenge the British. On 6 April, he reached Dandi and ceremonially violated the law manufacturing salt by boiling sea water. Now, ceremonial means formal. Ceremonial means formal. Formally, he reached Dandi on 6th April. This marked the beginning of a civil disobedience movement. Means this show that the beginning of a civil disobedience movement against the Britishers. How was this movement different from the non-cooperation movement? People were now asked not only to refuse cooperation. So we will see on next page. Now next page is starting with one picture, and that picture has shown, that is figure number 7, the Dandi March. During the Salt March, Mahatma Gandhi was accompanied by 78 volunteers. On the way, they were joined by thousands. That picture has shown here. Now we will move towards our paragraph. With the British, as they had done in 1921-22, but also to break colonial laws. Means Mahatma Gandhi break all the colonial laws during their march. Thousands in different parts of the country broke the salt law, manufactured law, and demonstrated in front of government salt factories. Means thousands of people broke, that is salt law. As the movement spread, foreign clothes was boycotted and liquor shops were picketed. Peasants refused to pay a revenue and chowkidari taxes. Means people boycotted clothes, liquor shop picked, and peasants refused to pay the revenue and chowkidari taxes. Village officials resigned, and in many places, forest people volunteered forest law, going into reserved forest to collect wood and graze cattle. Means everyone is destroying the laws of British rules. Now next paragraph. Worried by the development, the colonial government began arresting the Congress leaders one by one, and after this, Britishers arresting the Congress leader and other peoples who joined in the march. This led to violent clashes in many places. When Abdul Ghaffar Khan, a devout disciple of Mahatma Gandhi, was arrested in April 1930. Now, devout means PCS. Abdul Ghaffar Khan arrested in the year 1930, that is month of April. Angry crowd demonstrated in the street of Peshawar, facing armed cars and police firing. And angry crowd demonstrated in the street of Peshawar and facing the armed car and police firing. Many were also killed. A month later, when Mahatma Gandhi himself was arrested, industrial workers in Sholapur attacked police posts, municipal buildings, law courts, and railway stations. demonstrate happen in those places. All structures that symbolize British rule. A frightened government responded with a policy of brutal repression. Peaceful satyagrahis were attacked, women and children were beaten, and about 1 lakh people were arrested. Means the effect of that Dandi march has given here. In such situation, Mahatma Gandhi once again decided to call off the movement. Which movement? That is a civil disobedience movement, and entered into a pact with Irvin on 5 March 1931. By this Gandhi-Irvin pact, Gandhiji consented, that is consented means agreement, to participate in a round table conference. The Congress had boycotted the first. Now moving toward the next page, again one page image has given, that is figure number 8. Police cracked down on satyagrahis, and this is image of 1930. Now we will move towards on next page. Now round table conference in London, and the government agreed to release the political prisoners. Means the government agreed to release whichever politicals arrested on that March time, they will release. In December 1931, Gandhiji went to London for the conference, but the negotiations broke down and he returned disappointment. Means negotiation broke down and he returned with nothing. Back in India, he discovered that the government had begun a new cycle of repression. Now, which cycle we will see further. Ghaffar Khan and Jawaharlal Nehru were both in jail. The Congress had been declared illegal, and a series of measures had been imposed to prevent meeting, demonstration, and boycotts. Means again these cycle were went. Means first one is meetings, then again demonstration, and again boycotts. With great apprehension, Mahatma Gandhi relaunched the civil disobedience movement. Now this is the very important question, is that why Mahatma Gandhi relaunched the civil disobedience movement? We have seen from last paragraph up to this paragraph. This paragraph is very important. The answer is in this paragraph. Civil disobedience movement. For over a year, the government continued, but by 1934, it lost an momentum. In this way, we have seen some part of towards civil disobedience movement. In that, we have seen the Salt March and the civil disobedience movement. If any query is there, please ask me. Any doubt is there, any word is not understood by you, please ask me, and write down these 3 questions for homework. Please pause the video and write down the questions. I hope you understood it better. Next part we will see in next video. Thank you.